I in the air?
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
Don, I got you.
Do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these feelings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud, hammer in the air. Sunday nights, prime time. I flex my better Voltron, transform to DX Don Mega. And off scene, you probably think I'm nice, cause I slow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke all the steam on any given night. How short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about I tune in and tune the rest out, Don. You gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air?
Hey, what is going down, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? My name is DONMEGA. I'm your host, and I'm so happy that you're here to join me once again this week to get caught up with all the latest and the greatest when it comes to entertainment news, television, movies, non-spoiler reviews. You come right here to Am I on the Air? It's season 26. It's episode 3. Tonight's show is titled Crash. We're broadcasting live from the Red Dragons radio studios here in Tucson, Arizona on a Tuesday. It is January the 17th, 2023. We're going to be breaking down all the news in about the last 7 days. So from January 10th through today, January 17th, we're going to be breaking everything down. I got 3 non-spoiler movie reviews for you. I got a handful of television stuff to talk about. We have a jam-packed edition, and I hope you're ready to come along with me on this ride. Before we get started, I got a couple plugs I want to throw out there. I have brought back the Am I on the Air Quick Bites. Do you remember the Quick Bites? Hopefully you do. Hopefully you've been with me long enough that you know a couple years ago I started a little spin-off podcast called Am I on the Air Quick Bites, which were basically little quick bites of information. They were episodes that were about 10, 15 minutes or so to really break down breaking news or subjects that I wanted to really elaborate on that I don't have time to do on a show like this, right? Because I am on a kind of a time frame with this show to kind of get through a lot of stuff. So sometimes it was nice to have an outlet like a quick bite to get the information out there. But I was slacking. I hadn't done a quick bite episode in about 6 months. And I was having lunch with my boy Friggins a couple weeks ago, and I was like, you know what? Got to bring the quick bites back. And so last week, was after the Golden Globes had aired. So I figured, hey, this is the best time to jump on, do a quick bites episode, and go over the Golden Globe winners. So I went through the full list of winners of the 2023 Golden Globes. And also talked about the ceremony because I did get a chance to watch it, and I wanted to talk a little bit about my opinions, and then also shout out the people that won. So yes, the Golden Globes happened. I will not go into detail on this show about it, but if you'd like to hear more, check out the Quick Bites. It is a separate podcast feed, so you just search in your toolbar there, Am I on the Air? Quick Bites, or just type in Quick Bites, and hopefully it'll come up. And go ahead and subscribe, man. We're looking to do a lot more of that this year. My second plug is we finally got it out, our annual tradition, our Am I Still on the Air Top 10 Films of 2022 and Top 10 Films Most Anticipated of 2023. This was an awesome podcast that we did on Sunday night. We went live on our YouTube channel, so there is a video version of the podcast. And I also have the audio version up right here on this same podcast feed. So 2 formats for you. You could watch it on youtube.com/Am I on the Air, or you can just listen right here on the podcast feed. So I want to make sure everybody's taken care of. But this one was great. As always, every year, I had my boy Peeps on. I had my boy Friggins on. And for 2 hours, we broke down each of our top 10 films of 2022, and then we briefly went through what we're excited about, honorable mentions, and of course, our top 10 of what's coming later this year in 2023. It was an awesome episode, and I hope you guys take some time to check it out. But that is also why I'm recording here on a Tuesday, because we did that big episode on Sunday night, and I figured I'm going to give Monday a little bit of breathing room to let some people check out that Am I Still in the Air? But I had to bring it back tonight and get back to basics and bring you guys the new Am I on the Air? So there's my two big plugs. We got an Am I on the Air Quick Bites, and we have a new Am I Still on the Air, our top 10 list. So check those out. Okay, now that the plugs are out the way, let's get into some reviews here. And of course, on the movie side, we'll go non-spoiler, so don't you worry. I'm going to start off with the new movie that I went to the theater to check out, and that is Plane. And that's why tonight's show is just called Crash, because I'm trying to take off on the gimmick. Plane, yes, that's the name of the movie, is the new film starring Gerard Butler and Mike Coulter. You know, I saw this trailer a couple months back and I was like, you know what? This looks like a decent little film. Very shocked that this got a theatrical release, to be honest, because this screams streaming. This screams straight to video, right? Gerard Butler kind of slowly making his way into that like Liam Neeson territory of just doing these kind of little action flicks that could go to streaming. He's got several that are like on Netflix right now that I've never even heard of before. So I was kind of shocked, but you know what? It is January. Things are a little slow, and kudos to the studio to be like, you know what? It's a good little movie. Let's throw it out there in the theater and let's see what happens. So basically, after a heroic job of successfully landing his storm-damaged aircraft in a war zone, a fearless pilot, played by Gerard Butler, finds himself between the agendas of multiple militias planning to take the plane and its passengers hostage. So yeah, the movie starts off with him. He's a pilot, and he's flying this plane with about 15 people on it. And then the police show up, and they got Mike Coulter with them, and they're like, you know what, this guy is being moved to another prison, and we're going to put him on this plane since this plane's not very full. We're going to put him on here and we'll see what happens, right? Of course, they go into a storm. The plane ends up crashing. And then with the Mike Coulter character, you're wondering, is he going to help? Is he going to run away? What's going to happen with that, right? And of course, Gerard Butler's Gerard Butler, and he's badass, and he's going to help fight off these militia people that want to take the plane and everybody hostage. So overall, what I'll say about Plane is it's exactly what you think it would be. If you watch the trailer, you know what this is. This is a throwback 90s kind of action movie that, is fun. It's nothing great, though. It's nothing you haven't seen before. But I like Gerard Butler. I like Mike Coulter. So it was a fun little ride that I appreciated. So that's what I got. I mean, there's not really much else to this movie that I can take you on the ride of. So it is what it is. Would I say rush out to the theater and see it? No, I wouldn't. But, when this does come on streaming, I'd say give it a shot, especially if you like good little action movies that are like throwback to the, 90s, early 2000s. So I had fun with it. I'd give Plane 3 out of 5 stars. The next movie I saw is a new straight-to-streaming film from Blumhouse. Yes, Blumhouse, which is very hit and miss, right? You got Blumhouse that does things like Megan, that's in theaters and killing it right now. And then you have Blumhouse when they just release stuff to streaming. And it's a little rocky when they do that. But they put out this little movie called Sick. And what really intrigued me about this movie is that it is written by Kevin Williamson, who did the Scream movies. And I was like, you know what? I like his writing. He's got a good sense of horror. I want to check out Sick. This is straight to streaming on Peacock, by the way. And this is in the midst of the pandemic. College student Parker and her best friend Miri decide to self-quarantine at her family's lake house, where they will be alone, or so they think. So yeah, there's really no big names in this thing. This is very low budget, and like it says, it's got a couple girls. This takes place during COVID. They go to quarantine. They go to this lake house, and then there's this killer, and we're off to the races, right? overall, I'm going to say I know why this movie was on Peacock, because it's not very good. Like Blumhouse churns out a lot of films. And like I said, you have your top tier that goes to the theater, and then you got your bottom tier, which goes straight to streaming. You see these kind of movies pop up on like Hulu and Prime and Peacock. And I get it. Not that I hated watching this movie, but it was pretty boring overall. It was rated R, but the kills were just not that great. There wasn't enough of them for me because I felt like there's really only a couple characters in this movie, so there's not much that can be done. I wish they would have went to this lake house with a big group of friends, and then more people could have died. So, just my opinion on that. They do try to throw in a little COVID-y twist to this movie, and I kind of dug it for what it was, but it was also very far-fetched and kind of stupid at the same time. So it couldn't save the movie for me. I would give Sick 2 out of 5 stars. It was just okay. I think since I watched it at home on Peacock, I'm gonna be nice and give it 2. If I had gone to the theater, I probably would have gave it 1. It just isn't all that wow. But you know what? I think you could have fun with it if you just want to sit back and watch a cheesy little slasher film. So that is Sick, once again, now streaming on Peacock. And then my third movie over here is a film that I did not get a chance to see in the theater. This was in very limited release in December and kind of came and went really quickly. But this was the true story, and the movie is called She Said. And this is based on the New York Times reporters Megan Towie and Jodi Cantor as they break one of the most important stories in a generation, a story that helped launch the Me Too movement and shattered decades of silence around the subject of sexual assault in Hollywood. Really, this is the movie about going after Harvey Weinstein, and of course, everything that went down between him and the actresses and people that worked for him at Miramax. This is the true story, and I've heard a lot of good things about this movie. We saw Carey Mulligan, who I like a lot. I loved her a couple years ago in Promising Young Woman, one of my favorite films of that year. You got Zoe Kazan in this as well too. Two great, strong leads. And even awards talk for this film, but not a lot of people went and saw it. And it just recently moved to streaming, and it is on Peacock as well right now. So I watched it over the weekend, and it is a super solid film. A very rough watch. Obviously, hearing what a lot of these women went through, it hits you, man. And I watched this movie with my wife, and at the end of this movie, my wife was in tears. It hit her, harder. Obviously, as I would expect it to be for a woman to watch, you know, sexual assault stuff kind of happen and how women are treated. It hit me hard watching my wife go to tears at the end of this movie, being affected by this film this much. It is a rough watch, but it is a great watch, and it's a movie I think you should watch. This isn't a fun film. This is just a very strong journalistic film of these two reporters trying to put this story together. So I would highly recommend you check out She Said, once again, now streaming on Peacock. I would give it 4 out of 5 stars. So there's our 3 movies. We got Plane now in theaters, 3 out of 5. Sick, streaming on Peacock, 2 out of 5. And She Said, also streaming on Peacock, 4 out of 5. So let's switch gears. Let's get on over to television. I got a handful of things over here on TV. And of course, the biggest one is The Last of Us. The Last of Us, of course, based on the video game, season 1 finally hitting. We've been hearing about this thing coming for quite some time now, and it finally hit HBO Max on Sunday. You got Pedro Pascal, the Mandalorian himself, playing Joel. You got Bella Ramsey playing Ellie. I have not played the video game. I'm a big video game guy. I love PlayStation, but I actually have never played The Last of Us. But I'll tell you, after watching this episode, I want to play this game. This pilot episode was freaking phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's super rare these days that I feel like I watch a first episode of a show and I'm floored by it. And that's exactly what The Last of Us did. I knew I'd probably like this show, but man, I was not expecting what I got out of this. This show is great. I'm hearing nothing but great things from everybody involved. Everything online is super positive, which you rarely ever see anymore these days. This show is a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. I can't speak highly enough for it, man. The story's great. Pedro's great. All the supporting characters are great. This first episode hits you in the gut hard and fast, and we are off to the races. Guys, if you're sleeping on The Last of Us, don't do it. Check it out. Of course, new episodes air every Sunday. Get on it. I cannot wait to see episode 2. Highly, highly recommend The Last of Us.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm James Lovino, and I'm here to tell you about Alternate Sides, a movie podcast with a twist. I've worked in the film business for 2 decades, but I haven't actually seen that many movies, and this has been driving my frequent collaborator, Sam, a self-confessed film snob, crazy. So every week, while he's stuck in his car trying to avoid getting a parking ticket, thanks to New York City's alternate side parking regulations, we discuss a classic film I've finally just gotten around to seeing. Alternate Sides, a new podcast about movies, parking, and a 25-year friendship, wherever you get your podcasts.
Then I checked out Mayfair Witches. This is a show I've been looking forward to because it has my girl, Alexandra Daddario, my future wifey. And don't tell the missus yet, though. She don't know. But I love Alexander Daddario. So, this is from the books based on Anne Rice. I know she's trying to launch her own little cinematic universe over on AMC Plus. Hearing that this show will cross over with Interview with a Vampire, however that's going to happen. I will say this. I've watched the first 2 episodes, and it's okay. It's okay. I was hoping to like it more than I do. I like it, I do, but I don't love it. I feel like right now I'm kind of just watching for her, and I'm hoping that things pick up. It has its moments, but overall right now it hasn't fully grabbed me. So we'll see where it goes. But Mayfair Witches is on AMC Plus, and you can check out new episodes weekly there. The next show I got is Servant Season 4. I was behind on Servant. I actually hadn't even seen Season 3 yet. I watched Season 1 and I loved it. Season 2, I didn't really care for. It was a big step down for me. So I hesitated on Season 3. But then I knew Season 4 was coming, so I said, you know what? Got to watch Season 3, got to get through it. And I really liked Season 3, so it won me back. So Season 4 started last week on Apple TV Plus. I thought it was a great premiere episode. I'm super intrigued to see how this season goes. This is the final season. They're wrapping the show up. So take me home, man, because I need to see what the hell I've been watching for 4 seasons and how this is all going to wrap up. So highly recommend you check out Servant over on Apple TV Plus. The next show I got is Mayor of Kingstown Season 2. Shout out to Jeremy Renner, who, of course, still in the hospital after his tragic accident around Christmas time with his snowplow. He seems like he's doing well, though, and hopefully, things will turn for the better for him. But Season 1 of Mayor of Kingstown was fantastic, and I've been waiting for Season 2 to kick off, and it did this past weekend over on Paramount Plus. Hell of an episode, and it looks like a crazy ass season is ahead. So definitely check out Mayor of Kingstown, now streaming on Paramount Plus. Just earlier tonight, I finally checked out. Actually, I hate to say finally because it just started 2 nights ago, but that is Season 2 of Your Honor. Your Honor is a show with Bryan Cranston. It was a show that after Season 1 ended, I figured, cool, that's a one and done kind of show. We're done. And then they said we're going to do a Season 2, and I was like, what? Because if you saw this show, there was really no need to do a Season 2. Season 1, it was a very contained one and done season. But then I saw the trailer and I saw the story they were going for, and I'm like, you know what? They're actually doing something pretty interesting for Season 2, and I kind of like the direction. I won't go into it. I don't want to spoil, but it gives it new life. So I just watched the Season 2 premiere, and it was really solid, man. I'm back into this world and I'm ready to go. So Your Honor Season 2, you can watch the first episode now. New episodes stream every weekend, and that is on Showtime. And that's pretty much what I got. There's a lot of shows, man. And then I do want to touch on one more thing real quick. I started binging early, got early access to check out that 90s show over on Netflix. This show comes out this Friday on the 19th. And yeah, this Friday the 19th. Unfortunately, I am under embargo and cannot talk about that 90s show until Friday the 19th. So I am currently 5 episodes in to a 10 episode season. Can't talk about it. I can't tell you what I think, but I did want to at least let you know that I am checking it out. And I will be doing an Am I on the Air Quick Bites review that I will drop on Friday to talk about how I feel about this new sequel series to that 70s show, that 90s show over on Netflix. So pretty cool, man. I got a nice little connection now with Netflix to check out some stuff early that I can review for you guys. I was hoping the embargo would have lifted earlier and I could actually talk about it like a week early or something, but they're holding back on us, which is usually not a good sign either. But I'm going to let that be. I don't want to get in trouble. So that's what I got. Let's run that down once again. We got The Last of Us airing on HBO Max, new episodes every weekend. Check it out, highly recommended. Mayfair Witches on AMC Plus, Servant season 4 on Apple TV Plus, Mayor of Kingstown season 2 on Paramount Plus, Your Honor season 2 on Showtime, and that 90s show will be premiering on Friday over on Netflix. So, that was a lot of stuff to get through. I'm already 20 minutes into this show, and all we've done is reviews. Goddamn, that's a lot of shit. All right, let's talk box office. Coming in number 10, I don't know what this movie is, and I'm probably going to screw up the name, but it's Walter Veraya. Number 9 is I Want to Dance with Somebody. Number 8 is The Whale. Number 7 is Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Number 6 is a debut. It's House Party. Number 5 is a debut, and it's Plane. We just talked about Plane, bringing in a nice little $11.6 million. Number 4 is A Man Called Otto, which is doing way better than expected, the new Tom Hanks movie. Number 3 is Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. Congratulations there. This movie is killing it. It only went down 1% week to week. 1%. That shows you how good that movie is. Puss in Boots, The Last Wish at number 3. Number 2 is Megan, also holding it down really well with only a 41% drop, bringing in that big money on a $12 million budget. And number 1, once again, is Avatar, The Way of Water, which is now officially the 5th biggest movie of all time with $1.9 billion. Avatar, The Way of Water just crushing it, man, with only a 32% drop week over week. So hell of a box office this weekend. All right, guys, let's switch gears. Let's get into our news of the week and get you caught up with everything that's dropped in the last 7 days or so. The new Walking Dead spinoff, Rick and Michonne, is getting a release date in 2024, so you got some time to wait on that one. Shazam! Fury of the Gods is going to be getting a new trailer here, hopefully later this month, if not early next month. Wyatt Russell and Carrie Condon are set to star in a new Blumhouse horror movie called Night Swim. Dungeons and Dragons is going to be getting a live-action TV series. That's right, over on Paramount Plus. So not only do you have Dungeons and Dragons, the Chris Pine movie coming out in March, but you're going to get a TV show on Paramount Plus as well. So that's pretty cool there for all you D&D fans out there. We have the new trailer for Beau is Afraid, which is Joaquin Phoenix's new A24 movie. Borderlands. Are you a Borderlands fan? You might be wondering, where the hell is the Borderlands movie? Because they filmed this movie like 2 years ago. Eli Roth was the director. He filmed it, and it was supposed to come out this year, but we have no release date. Now we're finding out that they're going to do some new reshoots, and that Tim Miller, the director of Deadpool, is stepping in to do the reshoots. That's right. They're going to do 2 weeks of reshoots, which sounds like a lot. And Eli Roth supposedly cannot come back to do it because he's making his new horror film, Thanksgiving, which, of course, remember, Thanksgiving was a fake trailer he did on the Grindhouse movie many moons ago. So supposedly he's too busy to come back to do his own reshoots. So Tim Miller is stepping in to do it and complete the film. Supposedly Eli Roth is not fired. He is not in trouble. This is just the way it kind of came to be. So Congratulations, Tim Miller. Hopefully he'll wrap up this film neatly so we can finally get this Borderlands movie. Star Trek Discovery's spinoff about Section 31 starring Michelle Yeoh is still in development over at Paramount Plus. Probably going to get fast-tracked now that she's doing so well from Everything Everywhere All at Once and all the awards talk she's been getting. Fear the Walking Dead is set to end with Season 8 over at AMC. So finally, another Walking Dead show is wrapping it up. Let's wrap it up, baby. A new thriller adaptation called A Spy Among Friends starring Damian Lewis and Guy Pearce is coming to MGM Plus. So there you go there. A lot of you still wondering what MGM Plus is. It is just a rebranding of the Epix channel. Remember EPIX? Epix is no longer and is now MGM Plus. So there you go. Speaking of MGM Plus, From, which is their most popular show, Season 2 is coming in April. So there you go there. I actually just added From to my queue. I figured, I've seen a lot of people tell me this is a great show. So I think I'm going to binge through Season 1 to see if I want to jump on board for Season 2 when it comes out. Bob Odenkirk's new show, Lucky Hank, is coming out later this year over on AMC. And they have the first teaser trailer for it. It really doesn't show you anything. Unfortunately, it's one of those teasers that really just do nothing. But there you go. Once again, we have the complete list of the Golden Globe winners, and I have my quick bite episode if you want to break it down a little bit more. Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell are set to star in a new R-rated rom-com. Speaking of Glenn Powell, he also talks about that he's still working on his Captain Planet movie. That's right. I bet you didn't expect to hear that name come out of me. Captain Planet. Supposedly he's working with Leonardo DiCaprio on that and looking to do a new version of Captain Planet. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if that ends up moving forward at all. We have the new final trailer for Shotgun Wedding, which is Jennifer Lopez's new movie that comes out at the end of the month over on Prime Video. We also have the trailer for A Lot of Nothing, which is a new revenge thriller that is coming out with Zoe Kravitz. AMC's, we already talked about Fear the Walking Dead. It's over. Yeah, Season 8 done. Matt Reeves confirms the Penguin series will officially tie into the Batman sequel. So yeah, looking to kind of bridge the timeline there a little bit. So that's pretty cool there. I'm glad that they're still moving forward with the Penguin series. William H. Macy is joining the new Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes movie. So awesome addition there. Fast X. We're getting the new trailer in February. That's right. So about 3 weeks away or so, we should be getting that very first trailer for Fast 10. And which might have made a surprise appearance on my top 10 most anticipated. Maybe. You'll have to listen to the episode to find out. Just saying. Good Trouble is coming back for Season 5, and Maya Mitchell is set to return as a guest star. Single Drunk Female is coming back for Season 2, and it's added Busy Phillips to the cast. Freeform has officially renewed Grownish for Season 6. And so there you go. And we have the new trailer for Season 5B, because of course every damn show has to have two parts to their season, which is so fucking stupid. And Andre Johnson Jr. is extending his stay at Cal U. As like I said, it got renewed for 6 seasons. So there you go for the Blackish spinoff. ABC has renewed 3 game shows, including Celebrity Family Feud and Press Your Luck. All the other game shows are still on the bubble, so we'll see what happens there. All American has been renewed for Season 6, even though the CW is messing with their programming, but they're saying that one will come back. Abbott Elementary has been renewed for Season 3 over at ABC. Big congratulations here. Once again, if you're not watching Abbott Elementary, what are you doing with your life? This is one of the funniest shows on television today. Make sure you watch Abbott Elementary. We have your full list of the SAG Awards, so make sure you check that out. The Jennifer Hudson Show and Sherry have both been renewed for 2nd seasons. We have the nominees for the iHeartRadio Music Awards, so check that out if you're interested. ABC has ordered Jeopardy Masters, which will pit 6 of the highest-ranked contestants from the syndicated quiz show facing off against one another. So there you go, another new Jeopardy spinoff coming at you. We have the new trailer for Wolfpack, which is Paramount Plus's Sarah Michelle Gellar-led series, which is supposed to be a Teen Wolf kind of spinoff. I don't watch Teen Wolf, but I did watch the trailer for Wolfpack. It looks pretty interesting, man. I think I'm gonna give this one a little watch when it comes out. Zoe 101 is getting a sequel movie that is in the works over at Paramount Plus as well. So Paramount Plus doing it up, baby. Luther, the Fallen Son. We have a teaser trailer for that for the new Idris Elba movie that is coming to Netflix based on his hit British crime thriller series. Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. We have the first trailer for the coming-of-age dramedy. I know a lot of people looking really forward to this based on the Judy Blume book, so check out the trailer. It's very cute. Paul Mescal is replacing whoever the lead was in the 20-year project. It's called Merrily We Roll Along. He has replaced Blake Jenner in Richard Linklater's decade-spanning Merrily We Roll Along. So there you go. This guy's really starting to pop up a lot lately. I don't know why. He looks like a dweeb, but just my opinion. HBO Max is increasing its cost by $1, so no longer $14.99. It will now be $15.99. So there you go. There, I see a lot of people bitching about it. It's $1, man. Just suck it up. All right, it's a fucking dollar. We have the trailer for Lockwood and Company, which is Netflix's new supernatural series. We also have the trailer for Your Place or Mine, which is a very old school looking rom-com starring Ashton Kutcher and Reese Witherspoon. Yeah, man, I watched the trailer for this and I'm like, God, this is such a 90s rom-com. But you know what? I think people are going to eat it up. So Your Place or Mine coming to Netflix pretty soon. Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur has a new trailer you could check out for the new animated series. Amanda Seyfried and Evan Rachel Wood are working on a Thelma and Louise musical. Phineas and Ferb revival is in the works over at Disney. I know a lot of people super excited about that one. There's been a lot of rumors about who the new Superman's going to be, and of course James Gunn had to take to Twitter to debunk it. He says we're still far away from casting the Superman, so everything you hear now is straight rumor. They were looking to finish the script first before they start casting. Matt Reeves officially working on the Batman 2 script. We're still probably a ways out, but he is working on it, so it means it's coming up sooner than you think. More Flash reshoots set for later in the month. This is crazy to me. I heard the Flash was picture locked like months ago. And when you're picture locked, like you're done. The movie is done. It's in the can. It's ready to go. So now they're saying more reshoots are set, which leads me to wonder, is this movie going to now be set up more to bridge the timeline and take us into the new James Gunn DC universe? I think it very well could be, because I don't know why they'd be reshooting anything else. But there we go. We'll see what happens. Noah Hawley says he is still working on his Alien TV show for FX, so we'll see what ends up happening there with that. Morgan Freeman has joined the cast of Taylor Sheridan's Paramount Plus series Lioness. So more Taylor Sheridan stuff coming to Paramount Plus. Ki-Hu Kwan, we have an article up with him talking about him working on Loki Season 2. So that's pretty cool there. I'm looking really forward to him in Loki Season 2. We have the teaser trailer for Yellow Jackets Season 2. Big fan of this show, and this comes out March 24th on Showtime. Check out the new teaser trailer. Speaking of trailers, we have the new Liam Neeson trailer for Marlowe, where he is a gumshoe on the LA scene. It's a new noir film that he did, so I didn't even bother watching the trailer. I can't really stand noir kind of stuff, so... but yeah, you can check out that trailer now if you're interested. Lisa Marie Presley shockingly passing away the other day at the age of 54. I just saw her at the Golden Globes, and she watched Austin Butler win portraying her dad. And then literally a day or two later, she passes away. Very, very sad, man. So thoughts and prayers to Lisa Marie Presley's family and friends. Michael Jackson's ex-wife. Very shocking to see at such a young age of 54. Criminal Minds Evolution, which of course is the reboot that we got going on Paramount Plus right now, has been renewed for a season 2. So yes, Paramount Plus wants to stay in the Criminal Minds game, and they will continue on with another season. So very cool there. I am binging that right now, and it's really good. Minx, do you remember that show? Minx was a HBO Max show that came out last year, and it looked really good. I just never got a chance to watch it. They were filming season 2, and then, of course, HBO Max was like, you know what? We changed our mind. We're not going to do season 2. Even though they had pretty much already filmed all of it. They were like, nah, we're not going to do it. So they were shopping it around to other networks, and Stars has won the distribution there. So Stars will help them finish it up, and we will be getting season 2 after all over on Stars. So congratulations there. I was not going to watch the show anymore after it got kind of canceled, but now that it's coming to Stars, I think I'll go back and I'll watch it because I've heard nothing but great things about it. Mina Suvari is going to star in a new zombie horror comedy called All You Need Is Blood. We have the new trailer for Somebody I Used to Know, starring Allison Brie and Jay Ellis. This is a new rom-com directed by Dave Franco. Looks pretty interesting. Looks decent. That's going to be coming to Prime Video. Let's see here. We have the new trailer for Sharper, which is coming to Apple TV Plus, starring Julianne Moore. It's also got Sebastian Stan. It's a pretty stacked show, and I loved this trailer. Apple TV Plus does amazing content. I swear almost every show they put out is a banger. So this looks awesome. I'm on board. Jonathan Lithgow is in this as well. You'll notice a lot of the faces that pop up. I'm on board. Let's do it. Sharper coming soon to Apple TV Plus. Anna Camp's supernatural horror movie is coming to Shudder in April. It's called From Black. The Omen prequel, First Omen, has been filmed, and it might actually get a release later this year. We have your first look at Diggle, Green Arrow, The Flash, and Kid Flash all together for the final season of The Flash. Pretty cool picture of all them chilling together. Uncoupled has been canceled over at Netflix after just one season. Tom Ellis and Emma Roberts are set to star in a new romantic dramedy called Second Wife over on Hulu. Snowpiercer's final season has been canceled at TNT, and it will be shopped elsewhere. So the final season, which is already in the can, ready to come out, but TNT saying, you know what, we're not doing it. And that's they've been really weird lately. TNT basically saying we don't want to air TV shows anymore. So all their new stuff that is scripted, they're actually shopping around to other agents out there, other streamers and stuff. So we'll see who ends up picking up Snowpiercer, because hopefully, I know if you're a fan of the show, you're going to want to see this final season. Very unfortunate that they would just scrap it like that. We have your first look at Carrie and Aiden reuniting in season 2 of And Just Like That, which is the Sex and the City spinoff show. Season 2 coming soon to HBO Max. Riverdale and Nancy Drew are coming soon over on the CW. Both series finales will air in August. The new seasons look to be starting in March. So there you go, your final seasons of Riverdale and Nancy Drew. Speaking of final seasons, Mayans MC is set to end with season 5 over on FX. Of course, that's the Sons of Anarchy spinoff show wrapping up. Dave on FX is coming back for season 3. Let me see here. What do we got here for season 3? It'll premiere Wednesday, April 5th with the first 2 episodes. I like Dave. Hi, I'm Dave. Dave is a hilarious show over on FX and on Hulu. So looking forward to that in April. CBS has also renewed Ghost for season 3. I love the show Ghost. This show is also one of the funniest shows on television right now. If you're not watching Ghost, get with it. So check that out for sure. Glad to see that renewed for season 3. Mo is set to end with season 2 over on Netflix. Never even heard of this show, so glad it's getting to wrap itself up. I do want to take a moment. I actually forgot about this. I had written it down and then I spaced it. I want to shout out all of you guys again for an amazing 2022. I got some stats for the show from our podcast host website that host our show. And we found out in 2022, we were in the top 10% of all shows that are hosted on Buzzsprout, which is thousands upon thousands of shows. And we were in the top 10%. We streamed in over 109 countries. 109 countries in 2022. We did 60 plus episodes, 3,324 minutes of airtime, and we had over 222,000 downloads. Yes, this tiny little Am I on the Air podcast had over 222,000 podcast downloads, 22,222.4K to be example. An amazing 2022, and I just wanted to take a second to say thank you once again to everybody that listens all around the world and checks us out. 109 countries out there checking out Am I on the Air, and we appreciate you. All right, back to the news. The big rumor mill has Adam Driver reportedly as a front runner for Mr. Fantastic in the Fantastic Four movie. I like Adam Driver, but I don't see him as Mr. Fantastic. This just doesn't work for me, but we'll see where it goes. It is just a rumor right now, so there you go. Supposedly, The Passion of the Christ 2 is going to be filming later this year, so nearly 20 years after the release of The Passion of the Christ. It looks like Mel Gibson coming back, Jim Caviezel coming back. So, yeah, supposedly that'll start shooting later in the year. The new Luther movie, we talked about it, the new teaser trailer, The Fallen Sun. It's going to hit theaters February 24th in limited release and then hit Netflix on March 10th. I'll probably check it out even though I've never seen the show. Why not? Your Place or Mine, the Reese Witherspoon, Ashton Kutcher movie, will be premiering on Netflix February 10th. Pamela Anderson has a new documentary coming out later this month on January 31st. Pamela Anderson, A Love Story is what it's called. Very cool little documentary. Gabori Sabiti is set to star in a new phone sex comedy pilot called 1266 that will be coming to Hulu. Godzilla and King Kong will return for another epic battle on the big screen officially on March 15th, 2024. So there you go. They're about a year away on that. We got an article up with Kevin Feige talking about Kang and being the new baddie for the MCU. We got an article up with Allison Williams talking about sequel possibilities for Megan. Chucky has been renewed for a season 3 over on the Sci-Fi Network. We have your full list of winners for the 2023 Critics' Choice Awards, as Angela Bassett and Brendan Fraser winning up some stuff. Reginald the Vampire has been renewed for season 2 over on Sci-Fi. I really liked Reginald the Vampire, so I'm very happy to see Jacob Babylon's show get renewed for season 2, along with Chucky coming back another season. Let's see, Critics' Choice Awards we talked about. Plane, like I said, took off with over $10 million over the weekend, and then 11.6 through Monday because it was a holiday. The budget of the thriller was only around $25 million, so they're very happy with this debut. A Man Called Otto successfully expanded into wide release this weekend. The Tom Hanks film has made about $21 million, and it's one of the rare pandemic-era films that has brought adults out to check out a movie like this in the theater, which is very cool there. Megan finished in second place at the box office this weekend, expanding its domestic total to $59 million. Like I said, it only cost $12 to make, and it made $59 just in the U.S., so not even counting worldwide. So big weekend at the box office right there. Let's see here. Mandalorian Season 3, baby. We have the new poster, and we also have the new trailer. It comes out March 1st on Disney+. New trailer is awesome, and we have that posted up on our Twitter page, so make sure you check that out. We got an article up with Ryan Reynolds talking about Deadpool 3. We have your first new look at Adam Warlock from Guardians of the Galaxy 3. James Gunn talking about him being not such a good guy in this new movie, so check that out. We have your first look at William Jackson Harper's new character, Quaz, from Ant-Man and the Wasp, which, by the way, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania tickets are now officially on sale. I got my preview night tickets for IMAX already secured. Very, very excited to see that on February 16th. We have the new Season 1 trailer for Gotham Knights, for the new CW DC show that should never have been made. We also have the new Season 3 trailer for Superman and Lois, which is the only good DC show left over on CW. The new season returns on March 14th. Let's see here. Critics' Choice Awards we talked about. We have the new poster and character posters for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania that you should definitely check out on our Instagram page and up on our Twitter page as well. Yellow Jackets Season 2. We have another new teaser trailer that just dropped, so it's awesome. Dave Bautista talking about Knock at the Cabin. He is very excited about this movie. He says this film is guaranteed to have you on the edge of your seat until the very end. Don't miss it when it hits theaters on February 3rd, 2023. This is an honorable mention of my most anticipated list for 2023. I'm super, super excited for Knock at the Cabin. Violent Night is going to be hitting Peacock on January 20th. So in just a couple days, if you missed this one in the theater, you can check out David Harbour as a badass Santa Claus. Violent Night hitting Peacock January 20th. Marvel Studios Thunderbolts looks to start filming in June. Vin Diesel will not be in Avatar. There was a lot of confusion that Vin Diesel was going to be a part of the Avatar cast, but the producer has come out and said no. Vin Diesel was at the set one day. He was just visiting. He was checking stuff out. He's a fan of James Cameron, and that was that. So a lot of people got confused and then ran with it as a story that he was joining the new movies, but it looks like that has been debunked. South Park Season 26 looks to be hitting next month. I'm excited. Finally, some new South Park. Give it to me. The new Chris Evans and Ana de Armas movie, Ghosted, is going to be hitting Apple TV Plus in April. I am sold. Love Chris Evans. Love Ana de Armas. Let's go. Got an article up with Kevin Feige talking about why Ant-Man 3 kicks off Phase 5. Basically, in a long story short, Kevin Feige says he's earned it. Yeah, he's earned it. Basically, it's his third film. Scott Lang, Paul Rudd, he's earned it as a character to kick off Phase 5, and I agree. Meryl Streep has joined the cast of Only Murders in the Building Season 3, so they're really stacking this thing, man. We already got speaking of Paul Rudd, joining the cast. Now she's joining the cast, and that is crazy and going to be awesome. I got to get caught up on that show. A new Murder, She Wrote type of show, it's going to be a new drama, has snagged a new NBC pilot order starring Retta. So I like Retta, man. She, of course, was on Parks and Rec. She was on Good Girls. And I'm glad to see that she's going to be channeling her inner Jessica Fletcher and coming to NBC in a new mystery drama. Letterkenny spinoff Shoresy has scored a Season 2 renewal over on Hulu. The Last of Us has picked up HBO's second biggest debut in 12 years. Congratulations, that is fantastic. Channing Tatum is developing a Ghost remake. Wow, congratulations there. So that'd be pretty cool. A lot of you have been wondering what has been going on with the Rainbow Six movie that Michael B. Jordan was looking to do. Well, it looks like it's finally moving forward, and now we have a director. Chad Stahelski, who is the John Wick director, so this is fantastic, has been tapped to direct the feature project Rainbow Six, starring Michael B. Jordan. So talk about an action vehicle. This movie is going to be balls to the wall insane. I love it. The only thing that bums me out about this is I thought Chad Stahelski was going to be making the new Highlander movie next with Henry Cavill, and now it looks like that's going to be on hold. So, but great director addition for Rainbow Six movie. I think that's going to be badass. And on that note, I'm going to let that badassness take us home because that is the end of the show. So not too shabby, man. For 20 minutes of reviews, we're hitting that 46-minute mark. And I think I got you through with a lot of goodness. So that'll do it for me tonight for the latest and the greatest in entertainment news. If you would like to dig into any more news that I've talked about, make sure you check out our social media. Most stuff is on our Twitter page, twitter.com/amiontheair. Also on our Facebook page, so make sure you give us a like at facebook.com/amiontheair. Our official webpage is amiontheair.com, so it makes it real simple right there. You'll have links to everything you need. The quick bites, the Am I Still on the Airs, all our socials, it's right there on amiontheair.com. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at DXDonMega. Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review. If Apple's not your thing, get us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Prime Music, Spreaker, Stitcher, TuneIn, Podchaser. We're on everything. Just search Am I on the Air. Give us a like. Make sure you follow us on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. Just search Am I on the Air. Because once again, check us out on YouTube and subscribe because we have a lot of video stuff we've been doing, like the top 10 list we just did. so you could watch that. Make sure you go over there, click the playlist. This is Am I Still on the Air? And you can see all the videos we've done. Shout out to our great affiliates over at reddragonsradio.com. Follow on Twitter at reddragonsradio. Our other affiliates at the Pop Culture Pros. Follow on Twitter at popculture_pros. And that will do it for me on this Tuesday, January the 17th. Thank you so much for joining me on this ride. We'll see what this weekend holds for us, and then we'll be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel for another brand new episode of Am I on the Air? So till then, take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all. Peace.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for listening. Red Dragon!